A spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Clippers with the ball after the Suns pick up 2. Here's Rivers. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Rivers has got 6.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. That's a thing of beauty.
You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs and get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Here's Willis. Another one falls for Phoenix.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Paul outside. Feeds it to Green. He kicks to Redick. Paul for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, and immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
Here's Paul following the score by Phoenix. And there's the pass to Crawford. Dishes to Redick to halt the run. And again, no good by the Clippers.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Willis against Redick. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the baseline, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7, and it was one of the biggest series collapses really in postseason history.
And the Clippers call time here. This game against Phoenix here, it's the first look at the Suns.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win, so we'll see how they handle things tonight.
Now here's Bledsoe. They lead by 24, their biggest margin.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shootout this team.
Some changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Len. Lure comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And it's P.J. Tucker in for T.J. Warren. Jordan the screen. Crawford outside and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Jordan. Crawford with the ball. Now defended by Goodwin. Here's Green and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor.
Knights checked in for Goodwin. And with great spacing in the NBA, you need great shooting. More than ever, shooting and spacing, Clark, are at a premium in the NBA for teams.
Yeah, well, it starts with point guards being able to break down defenses and get into the lane to create open shots. You want to be able to create space for the point guards to drive, so you need shooters on the wings.
And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete, insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court, remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Kevin, well, look here at last year in the NBA where the Clippers ranked. Second in scoring, second in field goal percentage, and they were number 2 in fewest turnovers. An outstanding job by this team taking care of the ball, squeezing the orange.
And you go back to their offensive output last season, they put points on the board in a big way, an entertaining style with a bevy of offensive weaponry.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Paul Pierce is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5 turnovers a game. You can't be a championship point guard if you're not squeezing the orange.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. Suns leading by 21. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Willis takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Outside, Pierce. Ripped away. Now Willis, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And it's 6 points for Alex Len.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Suns on top, running away with this one. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Doc, looking at the offense.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and out in front at the half is Phoenix. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what do you think?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
And what a tremendous game for Lights Out. 19 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in from three, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2, and it's Green in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Well, T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League, and the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
Here's Willis, following the basket by Chris Paul. Willis with it. Chris Paul covering. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Willis, the pass to Teletovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Phoenix needs to get off a shot for 3. Willis, no good. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Crawford's shot is good.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce. And obviously, Chris Paul's one of the most highly recognized players in the game. High school All-American, college All-American, NBA Rookie of the Year. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And the Suns call time here. Highly decorated Chris Paul, multiple NBA All-Team selections. All defensive team selections. No MVP yet. It's probably right around the corner, though, for him.
Yeah, you know what? He's only worried about one thing, though, and that's hoisting that Larry O'Brien championship trophy at some point in his career.
Timeout. Los Angeles timeout call. Start it.
And the Clippers call time here. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, and in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up, a lot of unforced turnovers.
And that did make things relatively easy for him. You know, it's nice to get a win and not have to work too hard for it.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Here's Willis, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Lights Out's got 22 points.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Phoenix with the ball. After the Clippers pick up 2. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Lure comes in for Mirza Teletovic, and John Jenkins subbed in for Brandon Knight. Willis, the pass to Len, tries from the block. Another one falls for Phoenix.
The assist, Willis.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall, 80% since the break.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations. Really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Back to the jump ball.
So it's the Clippers now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Redick. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this, for his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Clippers with the ball. Phoenix able to drain the 3. To the middle.